Today I'm going to show you how to make milk bread rolls. You will need 500 grams of strong bread flour, 25 grams of butter, 300 millilitres of milk, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 7 grams of yeast. Firstly, in a bowl, to your strong bread flour add your butter and mix in with the tips of your fingertips until it is combined into the flour. Then add your sugar and your salt and mix in. Then add your yeast and again mix in. Then, having warmed my milk up, you want it a warm temperature, not hot. If it's too hot, it will kill the yeast. So you want it a kind of comfortable body temperature. So all I do is pop my milk into the microwave for about 30 seconds. That's all it needs. It just needs to be that when you touch it, it's warm to the touch, but it's not hot. So yeah, a good body temperature will be about right. Then mix this into the mixture, adding a little bit at a time and then mixing it. And once it is all mixed into your mixture, then we will need to knead the dough. I'm going to use my dough hook attachment on my mixer, but you can knead by hand. I have previously done a video on how to knead bread by hand, which I will pop a link into the description below. But it is fairly simple. It's just use the bottom part of the palm of your hand to push into the dough, fold over, push, fold over, push. Just make sure you keep picking up the bread off the surface of your work surface, because otherwise it will stick. Yeah, but I'll pop a link in the description if you want to go and watch that to have a proper look at some kneading. I have left my bread to knead for 10 minutes on a slow speed. If you were doing this by hand, it's about 10 minutes as well. And then once it's nice and elasticy, then we want to leave our bread to rise. So you just want to oil the bottom of your bowl, pop your dough on top of that, and then oil a little bit of cling film and then pop that on top of the bowl. You want to leave that in a warm place for about an hour. I pop mine on top of the radiator, but if you've got the oven going, you can pop it near the oven, and just somewhere where it's nice and warm, just to let that dough rise. It should double in size. And then once it's risen for an hour, you want to just knock that back. So it's just a couple of kneads just to knock it back. Just make sure that you flour your work surface. And then we're just going to divide our dough into 12 portions. If you wanted bigger rolls, this recipe will do 8, but I like to go for 12. And then you just want to flour a tray. I do 2 trays to make sure that the rolls don't rise into each other. And then pop your rolls onto your tray. And then you want to put some cling film over the top, which has been oiled. I save the cling film from before, from when it first rose, and pop that on top. And then we want to leave again in a nice warm place to rise for about 30 minutes. And then once your bread rolls are risen, you just want to take the cling film off and then pop in a preheated oven at gas mark 6, 200 degrees centigrade or 180 fan assisted for about 15 to 18 minutes until they are nicely golden and they sound hollow when you tap the bottom. And there you have it. That's how you make milk bread rolls.